The Dutch arrival in Indonesia began in the 16th century when they embarked on expedition in search of the Spice Island. The expedition arrived in Banten in June 1596, which was the largest pepper trading port in West Java at that time, under the leadership of Cornelis de Houtman. 3 years later, in 1599, an expedition led by Jacob van Eyck arrived in Maluku Island to collect spices. This marked the establishment of the VOC, Verenigde Oost-Indische Company, a Dutch trading company that grew and dominated trade in the Asian region. Initially, the VOC's administrative center was in Ambon, Maluku. However, in 1620, VOC Governor-General Jan Pieters Zoon Koen relocated the center to Batavia after overthrowing Jakarta led by Fadilla. The relocation was done because Batavia was considered most strategic and had potential for the development of VOC's trade ventures. In 1797, under the order of Governor-General Johan van Hoorn, a building was constructed in the City Hall area, serving as the administrative office of Batavia, the Council of Municipality, and the Council of Justice. After undergoing several changes in function, the building was officially inaugurated as a museum in 1970. The museum houses many artifacts from the VOC era, including Greek statues. These statues were often taken by the Dutch to their colonial territories as part of their efforts to spread European culture. Ancient Greek statues are considered valuable works of art with significant historical value. One of the collections in this museum is a cannon that used to attack Sunda Kelapa against the Portuguese on June 1527. This cannon, known as the Choa, or Sodok cannon, measures 234 cm in length, 76 cm in height, and 79 cm in width with a dragon motif. It is one of the oldest collections in the Jakarta History Museum. Inside the museum, there is also a collection of a pale gray sword that has passed judgment on hundreds, maybe even thousands, of people who violated Dutch law at that time. Stains on the sword date back to around 16th until 18th centuries. The sword appears sturdy with a thick pipe-shaped handle. Next, there is a miniature pinisi ship. The ship display is the vessel used by the Dutch tourist Nusantara. The ship was used for trade routes, especially for transporting spices and other goods. Interestingly, there is a note mentioning that the ship was once entrusted to transport the city gate of Batavia. Apart from objects and items, the museum also features a court room. This room is a legacy from the VOC era and houses a novel table and 6 chairs used for court sessions where judges would deliver verdicts and sentences. 2 of our national heroes, Cut Nyak and Prince Diponegoro, were sentenced in this place. Besides, there is something equally intriguing in the courtroom, the large bookcase or Scheppenkast. This bookcase was completed in 1748 as the Council of Judges needed a place to store archives and documents. The details on the bookcase are exquisitely beautiful, with a wood adorned with gold. At the top left of the bookcase, there is a statue of the Goddess of Justice, and on the top right, there is a statue of the Goddess of Truth. Between these 2 statues are 14 family symbols on the Council of Justice. The next room is underground prison, a very small place that one must bend down to enter because the distance between the roof and floor is only about 1 meter high. Additionally, inside the prison, there are handcuffs connected to stones as weights. The prison roof has established for hundreds of years. In the front courtyard of this museum, specifically from 1895 to 1925, it was used as a place to execute convicts who were deemed to have committed severe offenses against Dutch law. Unlike now, where it is lively and joyful, during the Dutch colonial era, there was no joy in the front yard of the Jakarta History Museum. What existed was a sadistic spectacle for the condemned. This collection seems to serve as evidence and silent witness to the cruelty of Dutch colonialism in Indonesia. They came not only to exploit Indonesia's wealth, but also to seek power by oppressing the Indonesian people. As Indonesians, through these historical artifacts, we must remember the sacrifice, struggles, and blazing patriotic spirit of our heroes who fought against the colonizers. These historical artifacts also remind us of the importance of understanding history and respecting the struggles of our predecessors in achieving independence and building a sovereign and independent nation.